understanding what you can achieve. Underrated, the one to win, one who believes. If I go away, would you follow me to that special place of tranquility where the river flows and the fields are golden? Come on, come on. Oh, it's right here. Never stop, no.
San Marcos, Texas, we the people. We are live with you tonight, and this is our 16th show on the 16th of December, and glad that you are taking this hour to be with us tonight. We're here every Thursday night from 8 until 9 o'clock. We're going to have a few schedule changes coming up in the next month. We'll talk about that a little bit going on, but we've got a full show tonight. We've got a whole bunch of folks that called up and said we got a whole bunch of things to talk about, and that's what this show is about. So we have brought on a whole bunch of folks tonight. We've got Sam Brannon is here, is going to start off the show with us tonight from Love Hayes, and Sam is kind of our insight into what is going on down at County Commissioner's Court. So he's going to be talking about what just got spent for the money for our parks and for what's going on with Commissioner's Court. And he's brought us some interesting graphs, and hold on to your seat, folks. It's going to be a fun ride for the next couple of years if you are a taxpayer, homeowner, landowner here in Hayes County. And so we're going to talk to Sam about that tonight. We're going to be coming on here with Sam in just a second. But first, I had talked about this last week, but we had gone down to the Open San Marcos meeting last night out at the library. And one of the neat things that I was really encouraged to see was two of our city council members that were there that talked with us. There was a lot of good documents that are being put together. But one of the things that we're going to be doing to kind of help along with the open process is coming up in January. We are going to be starting at the 7 o'clock time frame. From 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock is a new show that we're going to be having here on SMTX TV, and that is going to be called Town Hall Forum, Central Texas Town Hall Forum. And you will be able to have your say to talk to any elected official. And we've got Chris Jones from City Council is going to be coming on. We have Bert Cobb has committed. We have Police Chief Williams has talked to us about coming on Thursday nights in January. Jason Isaac, and we're even going to try to see if we can get our up at our congressional level and invite Lloyd Doggett to come on as well. So this is going to be your chance, and this is one of the beliefs that we have with this station, is that this is here for you, the people, to call in and to get involved. So that's all part of this, and our show is going to be moving in January to the 7:30. To the 8:30 time frame. We're going to put a half hour in between, and we're still going to be here, and we're going to be bringing to you as well talking with local people, how to get involved, and some of the things that are going on. We have one of our first shows in January is going to be talking about having for ham radio, for private radio. The cell phones went down a couple Saturdays ago. People needed to know how to communicate. Well, this is how you communicate, is with the citizen band radios and with the other alternatives. And we're going to be talking about how you can be prepared and some of those things in January. Have the Boy Scouts on. So stick with us. We got a lot coming on. But also, look down at the bottom of the screen. You've got our advertisers. If you want to advertise with us, get in now. Get in touch with us. Call down here at the station during the business hours and let us know. We need you to help support this great endeavor, and need to get your word out and talk to, get about some of the people. We're going to be talking about all the different folks, local businesses that are helping out with the the Sam Martian Christmas party tonight, and we'd like to mention you at any time. So got the business out of the way. Sam, welcome back.
How are you, Rob?
I'm doing great. We're moving along. It's the 16th show, and you've been with us a couple of times on down the way.
Yeah.
But Tuesday we had some work going on at the County Commissioner's Court. And one of the things we talked about, we're going to just talk about briefly, though, I know, is that they passed some of the parks resolutions for the park bond money. And
yeah, they finished spending that money, as a matter of fact. I think there's maybe $100,000 left
Okay.
out of the $30 million. Yeah.
okay. So what do we get for that $30 million?
Well, listen, we've got a lot of organizations that had projects that they were really behind, and we're looking for some money to put into them. We've got some conservation land set aside. We've got standard parks lands. We've got I couldn't tell you how many projects they passed through, but in the last, I guess, month and a half, they've put away that last $10 million of it. Yeah.
So that's it. I know I had talked with some people last night from SMGA about going out and getting some film from out at the news section. I know one of it here locally in town. There's a large tract of land to extend onto the Purgatory Creek Wilderness
Right.
area to the north of that area.
Right.
Help protect the watershed as well as
And
add
that's one
some
of your
more
favorite
area.
places.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And but I know Jacob's well was a very controversial
It was.
situation.
Perhaps
and
still is.
it's going to be, isn't it?
Well, there's one, and I haven't heard the outcome on it yet. One of the big hiccups in that was there is a conservation easement that applies to part of Jacob's Well. And the owners of that conservation easement, Save Our Springs Alliance, they were in bankruptcy court, and they actually had a court date on December 7th. I haven't heard the outcome of that. I don't know what the ramifications are of that yet. But I know that there was a lot of concern whether Save Our Springs got their way or not, what that meant to this deal. And I haven't heard the final on it, but I think there's going to be an interesting story come out of it.
Well, and this is part of some things that I think 3-4 months ago that you wouldn't have known anything about, and a lot of the citizens of Hays County wouldn't have known anything about unless yourself.
Not unless you're
and
paying close attention.
Yeah, because a lot of these things just aren't. They're not covered. I think they're covered to a certain extent in the newspapers, but usually after things happen.
And yeah, I think that's accurate. And in fact, if you're attending court on a regular basis, you're still, there's another layer of involvement that it takes to really see these things coming down the road. If you're just attending court on a weekly basis, you probably still don't know what's coming until it's right about to show up. So, this goes back to, if we care about these things and if we care about how this money is being spent, we've just got to become more involved. And it doesn't mean that everybody in the county has to start showing up there, but we need a good group of probably 5 to 10 people that are coming on a regular basis so that we can digest what we're hearing and we can report it back out, because I think we do have a gap. Most of what's printed on this stuff is basic county press release type stuff. There's not really any real reporting going on in the town.
Well, and there's a few. I mean, I know like the Hays County Roundup is one that is kind of one of the more alternative takes to a lot of our standard, and they had you can go to Hays County Roundup blog spot, and hey, wow, look, there's Sam right there. You did a special report for him on this, so you can read a little bit more about that.
It's actually a real good outlet, and I love the fact that Bob Ochoa and those guys are doing what they're doing. They've got about 3,000 readers a week, I think the number is, that they reach, and in a county of 150,000 people, to have 3,000 is pretty meaningful. That's almost 10% of the voters, right?
Yeah, and they have a lot of good stuff, and we're going to come back to this one. I had to talk about this Top Secret America coming to Hays County. That just broke today, so go check this out if you get a chance. There's some interesting buildings and antennas going up out in the Dripping Springs area, out in the country out there. So I think you're going to be talking to some folks about that tomorrow. But
Hope to hear something about it.
yeah, we'll maybe get out there with our cameras and see what's going on. Yeah. Okay, well,